In this Learn from Home martial arts class, you're going to learn staff spinning, 3 staff tricks. We're going to start with the long staff or the Japanese bow. Any long martial arts stick will do. I want you to start in one hand, and you're going to warm up first. We're going to get right into the tricks. But I always want you to stay safe from injury during your workouts. You do this warm up. This gives you speed, strength, balance, power, everything you need to stay safe, and it's going to help you when you start to trick with your martial arts staff or do freestyle. You're going to go faster. You can even use it for self-defense if you have a strong, powerful grip. And that's what this warm-up spin gives you as we get right into the tricks. Good morning. I want you to start in your left hand. George, good to see you. You're going to turn your hand all the way up. The other hand comes over. You're going to grab it pinky to thumb or thumb to pinky. Again, this is my left hand. Good morning. I turn it all the way up. The other hand comes over. Thumb touching the pinky. I'm going to take it with the top hand, which is the right hand, and turn it all the way as far as it's going to go. Can't go any longer. I'm going to keep that left hand on the bottom. And look what I do. I reach across the hand, and that thumb slides up where the other thumb is. Both palms are facing the sky, and that's going to allow me to pull the right hand out of the way. The left hand takes it again, turns all the way up. So you have to turn it all the way. The other hand takes it over the top, turn it. And some people call this a skip catch. It's a full turn on each hand as far as they can, and the hands are separated. See how I'm separated? I like you to learn it both ways. Anytime you're doing a trick, if there's more than one way to learn it as many ways as you can. That way you can apply it when you do your freestyle. So from here, we're going to slow down again. Left hand, turn it all the way up. The right hand, thumb over the pinky, palms facing each other, or you can think about the opposite direction. See how my elbows are? They're high because I'm doing it for you on the camera. You can keep it down this low too. It'll probably be a little bit easier on your shoulders, although I think I'm just used to it. You turn that hand. And the second way to do it is more of the butterfly spin. So this is the skip catch. You're catching it, you're skipping. You bring it up here. Thank you. Think of it this way. It's not effortless, but I spent all my effort at the beginning, like you're doing now, years and years ago, and it was very effortful. There's a lot of effort involved. And then, yeah, absolutely. If you go to pasquinelli.com, George, send me that, or send me an email, either pasquinelli.com or go pasquinelli@hotmail.com. I've got pasquinelli@gmail.com, and I'll send you my email or my contact info. I also, if you go to quantumstrong.com, that's the martial arts school. That's got the address and everything on it too. Pinky to pinky. Turn all the way. You got to hit me by the end of the month, though. I'm pretty sure I'm moving the school to a better location. Comes over. So the skip, you're going to have one hand over, and you're going to let them always turn until you catch it again. And that's fun, but it's not as effective. It's not as useful as when the wrists are touching, and you keep the hands together. And this is called the butterfly spin. And it's called the butterfly because your hands look like the wings. The head looks like the antenna, the thumbs, the head or the antenna. And see how my wrists are touching? Keep your wrists together, turning, keeping one hand over the other. And from here, I want you to see this. This is my right hand on top. Now I can switch, and I can go in the other direction. This is what some of you have seen as a butterfly spin. They're both butterfly spins. You're just going one way. Whoop, my thumb didn't get out of the way. Or, my camera's precarious this morning on the tripod. It's hanging on by a thread. I've hit it too many times last week. I broke it pretty good, so got a lot of duct tape on it today. We'll see if we can get through. But it's here. Thumb, palms up. Good morning. It's good to see you. Appreciate your comments. Now, one other thing I want to say about these, whether you call it sorry, let me go the other way. Give my wrist a rest there. Whether it's your skip bow or skip catch, or you call it the butterfly spin, The key to both of them is that when one hand has it, the other hand has to get out of the way. And I know that seems super simple or oversimplification, but what usually happens when I'm working with somebody is they go from here to here and then they run into their hand because they don't get it out of the way. I'm having a hard time even showing you that, but they don't get it out of the way. See how the left hand has it? The right hand is there, takes it. The left hand then has to pull back. If you leave the left hand in the way, it runs into it. So you've got to pull it. That's the right hand there. Pull it out of the way. I think you get the idea. So that's trick number one, the butterfly spin or the skip bow, or skip, keep calling it skip bow. That's that game, right? Card game. The skip catch. And I don't call it a skip catch, I call it the butterfly spin. But when I see people doing it, I'm like, oh, that's just, it's like my wife likes to have like an omelet deconstructed, which means scrambled eggs with stuff in it. Or maybe that's me, I like that. But deconstructed, that term deconstructed in food means it's normally together and they just bring it apart. This is the same thing. This is the butterfly spin, right? Going one way or the other. And so if you then bring your hands apart, that's called, that's a deconstructed butterfly spin in my opinion, but they call that the skip catch. All right, the next one is gonna be the figure eight. I'm gonna show you two ways to do the figure eight, two directions, a forward spin and a backward spin. I want you to start with your thumb without the staff and just carve that sideways figure eight motion. Another way to think about it is an infinity sign. So the infinity sign is just like that, right? It's like a sideways figure eight, it loops over itself. And if you think about what it is, it's gonna be a circle on one side and a circle on the other side without stopping the spin. And that's why we call it the infinity spin or the endless spin. Three terms for it. You can call it a figure eight, you can call it an infinity spin, you can call it the endless spin. And endless infinity pretty much in my mind mean the same thing. But the reason is it doesn't stop and your hand is carving the infinity sign, which is why, I mean, it makes sense, right? It's all connected. But slowing it down again, you're just pushing down, and you're leading, stomach up and in, abs tight. And I want to show you first going forward, one side of the body and the other side of the body, and then pulling back in the other direction, pulling back, and you're leading now with the pinky, but it's the same exact motion. It's a circle here, and then it's a circle here on the other one, a circle here. Awesome, good. Yeah, if you keep going with it, you'll get so much better than I am. And that's the truth. I firmly believe that. There's never been anything that I've ever seen anybody else do in my life that I thought, I can't do that. I always think if he can do it, if she can do it, I can do it. I might not want to, but if I want to, I'm gonna figure it out. So you're bringing it up, and you're gonna be the same way. There's nothing that I can do that you can't do, and that you can't do better if you spend more time on it. Now, let me show you this same spin. Sometimes you see it like really fast, right? And they'll do it from the side. You get that really cool sound and that cool motion. It's all the same spin. It's all the infinity spin. So the way I want you to practice to get really good is do it first forward to the front of your body for no less than 30 seconds. And not much longer than that either, because I want you to get a lot of cool tricks in. Today we only have 3 tricks. If you focus on 3 tricks at a time and you get really good at them, you'll have a ton of tricks in no time. Then take that same spin and put it out to the side of your body so that it's now going to the front and the back. And that's going to start to strengthen your shoulders even more. So now you're going side, front, and back. And this is a little different. If I turn and face this way and show you this angle, that's really still this one. So make sure you're really doing it with your arm just to the side of your body, to the front and the back. Then put it in the other hand, do the same thing. Forward spin first, 30 seconds, then to the side, 30 seconds here, and then reverse all of it, pulling with the pinky side in the reverse spin, pulling up, up. Stomach up and in, abs tight will help you go faster, and then to the side, to the front and the back. And all that is just pulling with the pinky side, going down and back. And yes, my spins are a little bit smoother than most because I've done it a lot more than most, but that doesn't mean you're not going to do it at least as much as me, and eventually more and longer and faster. And now's the time to get started. Everybody's getting nervous and angry or upset or worried, and sometimes rightly so, because of the COVID and the shutdowns and what it means for the economy and what it means for health and all that. So do something about it. Do something about all that stress. Get up and move your body in a way that gets your heart rate up, forces you to breathe, and that'll alleviate a lot of it. You'll be taking action. And then the benefit is, because you're not full of stress, you're full of oxygen, and your blood's pumping, your body will heal itself faster, you'll stay stronger, and emotionally, you'll sleep better at night. All from spinning a staff. So that's 2 tricks. First trick for review is that catch, spin, or spin and catch, skip catch. I keep getting that one wrong. But it's basically, again, just that butterfly spin. That's what it looks like slowly. And then the second one is that figure 8. I want to go back to the very beginning. This is kind of like a bonus move. Most of you guys know this one. This is the warm-up, but I want you to go into the hand-to-hand turn and add this to your warm-up if you're not doing it already. And what's going to happen is you're adding more turn. Bringing it to a stop is going to build your muscle, but it's also going to teach you how to go from one hand into the other hand, because the third trick is going to be behind the back and out. And then you're going to go into the spin, do that butterfly spin, going back the other way, going back the other way, and then eventually you're going to start to turn it into the behind the back spin, behind the back spin, and now you can spin it in 2 hands all the way around your body, going faster and faster, or simplify, spinning. I changed directions there. You can change directions. We'll go over all of that as we move on. But first, I want to talk about going hand to hand, not as one of the tricks. This isn't the trick. This is like doing push-ups. This is going to build the strength in your wrists and your hands. And you ask me sometimes, how do you increase flexibility in your wrist? How do you increase strength in your hands without injuring or making it hurt? And I want to show you can do all of these stretches for your fingers. What I'm doing is I'm pulling. You can do that mid-workout if your hands are feeling especially stiff or tight. This is really good as you get older too, if you have any kind of arthritis or arthritic hands, any kind of trigger finger. This type of motion really helps. And then the second one is straighten that, pull that back, just hold gently for a good 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds. 30 seconds better. And then you can go back to your spin. You're going side to side. It feels really good now. And now for me, I don't know if you can see it, I've got more range of motion. You want better range of motion, mobility, flexibility, speed, power, endurance, all those things from this basic exercise here. And then again, throw some of those stretches in the middle. And let's talk about the behind the back. Trick number 3. I'm going to start in the right hand this time, and I'm going to turn it, and it's going to come up. And I'm showing you here. I'm going to turn around and show you too. So from here, still the right hand, I turn, it comes up. The left hand is just going to come under, and I'm going to pull it out. And it's as simple as that. It looks super complicated. The big fear is that you're going to smack yourself in the back of the head. This is my rattan staff. I put the link below if you want to get a rattan staff or a hardwood or whatever. The link below, the store's got so many different options. But it doesn't hurt as much. It'll still hurt. If you're beginning, it'll hurt. But it won't kill you. And it'll be a good feedback, and you'll learn faster when you start to hit your head or hit your ankle or your calf or your knee. But start in your right hand, go behind your back. Again, let me turn and show you. My elbow is fully bent. My thumb is facing the sky. My left hand is going to come under it, thumb to pinky. Thumb to pinky. And I'm just going to grab under it, and I just pull it out. So from here, right hand, pull it out, and then immediately go back the other way. And now the right hand's going to come under the left and pull it out. As simple as that. Now, there's two things to know about not hitting yourself in the head. Number one is it's a confidence issue. The more you do it, the less likely you are to hit yourself in the head. Number two is a flexibility issue. My hands, when I go back, go this far back. And that's flexibility. You might have more flexibility, you might not have as much. When you start to do these exercises out here, and you do this figure eight, you're gonna start to increase strength in the back of the shoulder and flexibility. But until you get there, just reach, practice reaching back, bring it out, and bring it out here. If there's any deviation in the angle, so in other words, if it's perpendicular straight up and down, you're not gonna hit yourself. If there's any bend, you're gonna hit yourself either in the head or if it's bent in towards you in the calf. So if you're hitting yourself in the calf, that means as you're coming back, your thumb is pointing in. So you're hitting yourself there. If you're hitting yourself in the back of the head, that means as you're coming back, behind your back, your pinky side is pointing up. So you're hitting yourself in the head there. So the key is bring it slower, get it perpendicular, straight up and down. See how it's growing out of the back of my head? Pull it out, go behind the back, pull it out. Side to side, just like you would be doing if you were bringing it in front of your body. You're bringing it behind your back. Then, do a figure eight on the side. When your thumb is facing the ground, go behind your back, bring it out, and do a reverse figure eight. Because it's on the opposite side of your body, it's gonna be a reverse figure eight. When you bring it forward, take it in the other hand, that's that skip catch or the butterfly spin, behind your back, bring it out. When you bring it out, it will naturally be in a reverse figure eight. Do a couple there. When you bring it to the front of your body, allow it to do a full turn until it cannot turn any longer. The right hand comes over the top, grabs it, turns, goes into a forward figure eight. When it comes behind your back, facing the sky, left hand grabs it, pulls it out. That's the reverse figure eight. Over the top, that's the middle, that's the half of the butterfly spin. If you were to stand here and butterfly spin, it would look like this. And then when you're ready, figure eight. You can even do, I do that sometimes too. I'll do like 3 figure eights. That was 4. 3, come behind the back. You can spin behind your back. It's a little more complicated. That's another video. Do negative or reverse spins, 2 or 3. Go into a few skip catches. When it's back in your right hand, go back behind your back. And then when you're ready, just reverse everything. Go to the forward spin on the left, behind the back, bring it out in the right hand into that reverse spin. When you get into the front of the body, let it turn all the way over. Go into a few skip catches or butterfly spins. When it's in your left hand, allow it to come back, or just put them all together. From here to here, behind the back, over here, full spin, behind the back. I'm acting like I'm in slow motion. I thought if I don't talk and somebody like comes into this part of the video and I'm moving so slowly, they'll think, how did he do in a live stream? Slow motion, right? Maybe I'm the only one thinking stuff like that. Anyway, that's basically it. Figure eight, thumb down. When the thumb is down, goes behind the back, the other hand, pinky to thumb, the right hand takes it out. When the pinky is up, facing the front, the left hand slides down. thumb to pinky, turns it back into behind the back. I wish I had a chest on my camera. I could show you what the hands look like. But don't overthink that part. You don't really need to see that the hands look like that. I don't think, do you? If you do, I do have some videos on this channel where I did have a chest rig and I did show you the front perspective. I broke it though. I break all my camera stuff because I hit them. Either I smash them on a push-up. I think that's how I broke that camera rig. It's here, when the pinky's up, that's when you go into the other side and behind the back. Now, one quick exercise back to hand health, joint health, forearm health, getting rid of the tendonitis in the elbow or the carpal tunnel or the trigger finger as you get older. Practice going through the fingers in these finger spins. Almost lost it. This is my left hand. It can be left or right. Thumb, first finger. This is another bonus trick. This is a 3-trick video. This is a trick you can use, but I do it to keep my hands strong. And the reason this works so well is that you're extending your hands when usually you're flexing your hands in all of the tricks. So you need balance in your strength. You need strength opening and strength closing. If you were a kung fu monk, you would grab some sand and dig your hand in it and squeeze. I've got a bucket of sand over there for that same reason. And then you go in like a bird's beak and you act like you're Jet Li or something, or Jackie Chan, and then you open your hand and the same thing happens. You go straight in, open, straight in, open. I've got a video here too. Look for hand strength. You'll see me pounding sand. It's one of my favorite sayings. When, not in a kind way, this isn't a nice thing to say, but this is like you've had it, you had enough, you tell the guy to go pound sand, right? That's kind of a saying. Some of you have heard that, all you old guys and girls. The phone rings and they say, hey, it's so-and-so. He wants to know. He wants to know why you did this or why you did that or when you're going to do this or when he can get that. And you say, tell him to go pound sand. Every time I'm pounding sand, because I do it all the time. I'm going in, opening, or go in and squeeze, go in and squeeze. I laugh the whole time and I'm punching it. And I'm laughing to myself. This is what pounding sand looks like. You know, in the when I was in the Marine Corps, and I would take people as a military policeman down to Pendleton, Camp Pendleton, and drop off you're not a prisoner because you're always in a state of arrest. Those of you in the military know that. But it's you're apprehended. And you take somebody and they've been convicted in the UCMJ, the Uniform Military Code of Justice, I think, court-martialed, and they have to serve time. And the only way you serve time in the military, you had to do something really bad. And so these are all bad people, not good people. People, everybody makes mistakes. So people who made mistakes. So these guys are down there, and this is the coolest thing. I never knew this. I thought this was in the movies, like the old Cool Hand Luke movies. You know, in the Cool Hand Luke movie, I've seen that a million times. Some of you have probably seen that a million times. They're working on the chain gang, means they're all chained together, and they're working on the roads, and then you see other movies, and they're breaking rocks with sledgehammers. And they're probably still doing this. But at Camp Pendleton, they are, thank you, I appreciate that. They, when I would go and drop someone off or pick somebody up for a court date or transfer them to another place, because I volunteered for that. I love doing that. They'd be out there, I mean, they look like the prisoner, and they were chained, and they had a sledgehammer, and they were breaking rocks with a sledgehammer. And I thought, I didn't know that existed. But yep, that really existed. And I'll bet they're still doing it. I can't imagine, things change, but good, hard, physical manual labor is good for the soul. As they say, the idle hands do the devil's work. So keep your hands moving with these spins. Good. you'll get more. That's the great thing. The more you spin, the more you're gonna get. So you're gonna turn this, if you need to, use your other hand, and then you can add these spins in. So you can add spinning into, you can go behind the back, bring it, just whacked myself in the head, that's always good. Bring it into this spin, almost did it again, go into like a wrist roll, turn it here, and then go into a finger roll. And then turn here, go into a finger roll, and add that to your tricks. But we'll do that on the next one. I'm gonna do these 3 trick videos. That's 3 tricks, and good. You're gonna get really good at bow staff. We're gonna do 3 trick videos. This is number 1 in this series, and I'm gonna try to get better about the series. I really appreciate all your feedback. It's your feedback that helps this channel grow, because I learn what it is that you wanna work on and what it is I should be thinking about. So please put them in the comment section below. Share and like, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Thank you.